Yo, what's good, fellas? Welcome back to the channel, man. I'm coming at you with another video today, and this video right here I'm really excited about because I know it's gonna make a huge difference if you watch the whole video all the way through. First things first, man, I'm a little bit under the weather, so excuse my voice. Just got a bad cold. I don't even know where it came from, but we're gonna deal with it. Number two, man, this video is gonna take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of editing to put together, so I would appreciate it if you drop the like, man. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 40,000 subs, man, so every single subscriber counts. Please do so. And the last thing is this: I don't care how good you are at the game or how bad you are at the game. I'm gonna show you so many scenarios here that even the best players are going to commit turnovers and they could be prevented. And if you're a bad player, I'm going to show you probably a lot of areas where you're not being the best and you could improve. I took a step back and I was really analyzing my game and, you know, when I play at my best and when I'm not so good at the game. And one huge difference is the turnovers. Like, it's such a major key. It's such a huge aspect of the game, man. If you're able to take care of the ball, you're going to give yourself a better chance to win. And here's why, man. It comes down to the numbers. Every time you commit a turnover, that's one less field goal attempt that you take during that game. And that's possibly another field goal your opponent is going to take that you never got yourself. So it's crucial that you get as many field goals as possible and limit as many turnovers as you can. You don't want to be the guy putting up 7 field goal attempts in a quarter while your opponent is getting 14 field goal attempts. It's not going to be good for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into freestyle. I'm going to hop into domination. I'm not going to do unlimited because I don't want to waste, anyone's time. And I'm going to show you guys a lot of the ways that most players turn the ball over. And I'm also going to show you how to prevent that from happening. So strap in. Like I said, it's going to be a longer video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to it. Alright guys, I'm going to start with something really basic, but I can't even begin to tell you how many people I bump steal all over the court. See so many people inbound the ball and they're just running, trying to make it to the other side of the court. And that's not how you want to approach it. You want to take care of the ball, especially if you're getting full court press. But first things first, man, we're going to talk about some dribble sigs. And that's why you have things that go behind the back and between the legs. You know what I mean? You got to take care of the ball. So if you see your defender coming up on the left-hand side, he's going to reach for your left hand. You want to avoid it. Hit a little behind the back. You know what I mean? Just flick your right stick down. Take care of the ball. I'm gonna dribble up the floor here and just imagine the defender coming over to reach on my left hand, trying to go for the steal or a bump steal, just a little behind the back, and all of a sudden, I mean, he's going right past me. You're trying to avoid those bump steals. You're trying to avoid getting stripped. You could also do it between the legs to avoid getting the ball stolen. So you could just flick left right here if you have it on your right hand side. If you have it on your left hand, you're gonna just flick the stick right, literally just flick it right, and he's gonna cross between the legs. So very simple dribble moves, but very effective to avoid getting the ball stolen from you. Simple, man. And I just see a lot of you guys dribbling like this with your head down, just trying to get across. You're gonna get bump stolen. That's no good. If I had to tell you what my preference was, it's definitely the behind the back. I just feel like it's smoother, it's easier to pull off. The tween, you know what I mean? You're gonna get a slower animation. Depending on who the player is, you might enjoy doing it between the legs better. But personally, I like going behind the back every time to avoid getting the ball stolen. You just see it now. Somebody's going for your dribble hand, just go behind the back, and all of a sudden, they don't know what hit them. Before I end the very quick dribble tutorial, let me show you guys the difference between standing still and protecting the ball standing still. So this is right here, just Kobe Bryant, standing top of the key right here. Hold left trigger. That's the difference right there. And this is something most players don't do. Standing right here in the corner, just dribbling casually like this, as opposed to holding the left trigger and taking care of the ball. Yeah, it could make a difference. The same thing applies if you're trying to run some plays and you're holding the ball at a certain spot. Instead of just holding like this, hold your left trigger, take care of the ball. Look at the difference. He's putting the ball to the backhand side. It's not the same, guys. It makes a world of difference, and it's literally just holding on to your left trigger. So let's say you're running a floppy play for some 3-pointers and you're standing at the top right here. Don't just dribble casually where you could get the ball stolen. Hold your left trigger and let the guys come around the screens. So we're gonna run a floppy play, and I'm gonna show you the perfect example of how to take care of the ball. So left trigger right here. Look at T-Mac running around. Get it to him and let it go. You saw, that's the difference right there. Look at Jalen Rose. Look at how he's protecting the ball. The on-ball defender, he's gonna have to reach or foul you to really get that steal. Left trigger right here. Get it to T-Mac. Wide open jumper. It's simple, man. Alright, fellas. So I loaded up against the Pistons to get some better defenders out here. I'm gonna run the pick and roll with Anthony Davis. We got Ben Wallace guarding right here. and right there. I throw a regular pass, X, and automatically stolen by Isaiah Thomas. Pick and roll action with Joel Embiid this time. Here we go. And stolen. It wasn't even stolen by Ben Wallace. That was literally Grant Hill playing the lane. And that's me making a standard pass. This time we're gonna throw an overhead pass and not a standard pass. Okay, so we're gonna hit triangle to make this pass for AD. Over the head, simple dunk. We're gonna try it a couple more times here to make sure it's looking right. We're gonna run it once again, and like I said, we're not gonna be tapping X to make our pass or icon passing. We're literally gonna run a pick and roll, and we're gonna use triangle to do an overhead pass. Okay, Joel Embiid, good screen, overhead pass, dunk. Overhead pass is gonna give you a more safe or secure approach to the pass, more of an arc sometimes on the pass, instead of making a standard direct pass to the cutter, which is more susceptible to being intercepted, especially with most cards having Hall of Fame interceptor. I know most of you guys are gonna icon pass or just make the regular pass on the pick and roll, but trust me, you could play it more safe and add this to your bag and throw an overhead pass. You might be more successful. If you are gonna do the overhead pass, all I gotta say is don't double tap triangle, otherwise you're gonna end up getting an alley-oop just like this. That's not what you want. All right, boys, so let's talk about utilizing the handoff pass. I feel like I get so many steals on people because they pick up their dribble, and instead of, you know what I mean, doing a handoff, they throw a sloppy pass. So let's just, for example, say I pump fake, come over here, pump fake, and I can't dribble no more. Well, hold circle right here, and somebody's gonna come get the ball straight from your hands. All of a sudden, you reset the possession. You're back to being able to move around, and it was a safe pass. You know what I mean? But let's just say we can't dribble right here. We're gonna call for the handoff. It's gonna come around, and all of a sudden, we're back in motion. One more time, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my dribble here with Jalen Rose. Go up, and now I can't dribble the ball anymore. So hold circle, come around for the handoff pass, and we reset the possession in a safe way. Don't turn it over. Let's pick up the dribble one more time right here. Say we can't dribble, hold circle, comes around, and you're good to go. All right, boys, so let's talk about securing rebounds right here when you're on defense, man. Something a lot of people try to do is get a quick outlet pass, but what you need to understand is most 2K players get really annoyed or try hacking at you when you get a stop on them, and they just be hacking square in the middle of the paint, and they get easy steals in doing that. So what I like to do is secure the rebound, and I ball fake. I ball fake, that way it doesn't get stolen, and then I make my outlet pass. Nothing too crazy, just a safe way to secure the ball. If you guys need to know how to ball fake, it's simple. It's gonna be triangle and circle. You let everyone make their way down the court, and that way you don't get a sloppy turnover. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten steals easily in the paint when my opponents just try to make quick outlet passes, and the same thing goes for me. I make a lot of stupid turnovers trying to get quick outlet passes, and honestly, that's something that we can control. In regards to outlet passes, this is what you guys need to stop doing. Stop making full court passes when you're getting full court pressed or half court pressed. If you recognize your opponent is in some type of press, I don't care if it seems like the pass is open. Don't make full court passes. The passes in this game are way too slow. On top of that, the defense reacts way faster than the ball travels. It makes no sense, but that's how the game plays. Do not throw full court passes against a full court press. Yes, you'll be able to score every once in a while, but most of the time, it's gonna lead to a turnover. Now, I'm not saying if it's blatantly obvious that there's no defender back to not throw the pass, but if you do see a defender back there, trust me, you're better off calling for a screen and bringing up the ball up slowly, getting into your offense, than throwing a full court pass. It's gonna lead to turnovers. Your opponent's gonna get more looks than you. All right, so moving on from that, let's talk about double teams. And in this game, double teams can be very OP. It puts you in an animation, and well, there it is. You're going up for a jump ball, and that's a 50-50. You might win it, you might lose, but if you lose, that's technically a turnover. So what are the double teams that you got to try to avoid? Well, the best double teams are the ones that are unexpected. If you have an opponent that's constantly double teaming you, you should be able to find the open man consistently. That is just a gimmick. If you find an opponent that's doubling you every single possession, you should be able to get a wide open look, a wide open cut every single play. Now, when the double team comes out the blue and it's unexpected, that's when it could lead to a turnover. For example, a lot of players like to double team when you're inbounding the ball from this hash area. So let's say it's, you know, a dead ball and you're trying to inbound. The moment you inbound the ball, the double team's gonna come and he's gonna try to play, you know, the 3-point line or the cutter. He's gonna try to bait you into a bad pass while the double team is taking place. So when the double team comes like this and is really unexpected, the best thing you could do is burn a timeout and get a quick reset. You're not gonna lose anything for calling a timeout, and it's the best way to avoid being put in an animation in which you have no control over. You might try to make the pass, it might be a steal, you might fumble the ball, might just get stolen. Best thing you can do is call a timeout. And since we did mention timeouts, that's a feature you got to take advantage of. Like, there's times where dudes don't call a single timeout throughout the entire game, and honestly, that makes no sense. You're gonna be put in bad scenarios, in possessions where your offense is not flowing. You might kind of be stuck. Call a timeout, reset the possession. Instead of throwing a bad pass or trying to force something, a quick timeout might just make all the difference. If you're experiencing any lag, if your icons are stuck, if you really can't move, call a timeout. It's the best thing to do, and it actually might just fix a lot of these things. Okay, so let me touch base on something really generic and really basic, but if this is happening to you, you might need to reconsider your approach. You shouldn't be getting shot clock violations. That's literally an entire 24 seconds where you had the possession and you didn't even attempt a shot. That's worse than not attempting. You could get lucky, it could go in, you might be able to grab an offensive rebound, mash, go back up, easy 2 points. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because it goes back to the whole numbers game. That's a field goal attempt that you didn't get, that your opponent is gonna come down and try to take a shot. So every single time you get a shot clock violation, that's a field goal attempt that you're not getting. You're not registering an attempt. You can't get an offensive rebound. You can't get lucky and hit a white. So if the shot clock is at 23 seconds and you have absolutely nothing going, just chuck it up there. You might get lucky. It honestly all just comes back to the math and giving yourself the best chances and the best percentages at, you know, trying to win. It's better to get a bad luck than no luck, because the bad luck in this game with the RNG and all of the different factors that kick in, it might turn out to be great for you. Alright boys, so I'm looking at my notepad here and I basically kind of went over everything I wanted to touch, you know, to limit turnovers in game. The other part of it is really just mental and how you play the game, you know, slow down, stay poised, don't get rattled based on what your opponent is doing. Most people are trying to speed you up and, you know, force you to make bad decisions. If you play at your own pace, play at your own speed, you're gonna be more successful. Take advantage of what the defense is giving you. The moment you get rattled and throw a bad pass, that's an easy transition 3 or a dunk wide open for your opponent, and you don't want that. So you know what I mean, that's just the mental part of it. That's obviously easier said than done. It's a video game, we all get frustrated, but yeah, that's about it, man. I feel like I gave you guys a lot of info in this video. I know some of it might seem really basic, but when you combine all of it together, that truly is what's gonna make a difference. If you're able to like link all of these things up and don't make those mistakes, it's gonna help you improve. I guarantee it. When I take care of the ball and I follow my own instructions, which I don't often do, but when I do, I am a better player. I'm more successful. I could literally go back and look at the team comparisons, and most of the games I win, I'm limiting my turnovers much more than my opponent is, and it's always gonna show. That's gonna wrap it up for this video, man. I do feel like this video might be able to help a lot of you guys. A lot of this information might be really useful to a lot of players out there, so I did want to post this. If you guys like these kinds of videos and you like this content, drop a comment and let me know, man. I might have another video similar to this one planned in the future. If you enjoyed it, obviously drop a like, man. Hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. It's a pretty long video, not as long as I thought it would be, but pretty long still. So if you made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Let's get it.